Looking at in this video is an SQL injection attack, more specifically the Get Search injection. So the SQL injection is one of the most dangerous vulnerabilities that you can find in a website, and this lab is going to explain why that is. In this challenge, bWAPP is asking us to search the database for our favorite movie and using this entry field right here. So let's say I put in Spider-Man, and then Spider-Man comes up with the release date, character, and genre. So something we need to think of is how is this database taking information from this field right here and comparing it. So let's put in, let's say, just these 4 letters in the middle of Spider-Man. Okay, it still comes up. So this means that the search query will look something like select from column 1, column 2, column 3 from my table, where movie is like whatever we put in here. For instance, if we put in credible, the Incredible Hulk comes up, so exactly what we expect. So let's throw in an apostrophe to see if it throws things off. All right, so now we're getting a return message saying that there's an error. This means that there is a vulnerability since we're giving too much information and the database is not liking what we're putting in here. So we know that the database has a set number of columns. So let's try to figure out how many columns are. So let's do apostrophe order by 2, then minus minus. Okay, we know there's at least, because we're getting all these back, we know there's at least 2 columns. So let's try order apostrophe order by 4. At least 4 columns. So let's take it up to 10. Okay, there's not 10 columns. So let's try 7. Okay, there's 7. All right, so now we know that there is 7 columns into this database. So now let's try to throw in some queries to get some information. So I have a notepad here that I'm going to attach with all these videos. Let's do this one right here. Basically what's happening is that we're trying to find the database name from the 7 columns that we just learned were in the database. We have the 1 equals 0 union all select because we only want to get data from our union all statement. So let's copy this, throw it into here. Then here we go. Not only are we given our database name of bWAPP, but we're told that column 2 is for the title, column 5 is for the character, and column 4 is for the genre. So now what we need to do is think of what can we extract from this database? What will we have some column names or anything that we can get out? So first thing that I think of is let's try to find users. That's exactly what we do here. So we're going to try to find scheme table or table schema, table name, where it's not equal to MySQL and table schema is not equal to information schema. So what's going on here is that we're going to try to find every single table name to appear up to give us a bunch of column names and a bunch of information from the entire database. Then here we go. Now we have a bunch of columns such as heroes, movies, users. Oh, there we go. Users. So now what we're going to want to do is, since there's users, can we pull some passwords or emails? So we're going to go here. And right here, we're just going to try to collect login, passwords, emails, admins, anything that we can from the database. So when we paste it in there, here we go. We have an email right here, and then we have a hash function for a password right there. We throw that into a password cracker, such as hashcat, and then we have the email and the password to log into this database and get complete access.